Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Standing by for the call from venerable Lambeau Field, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the top. Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And off we go from Lambeau. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
An early tough test on the opening drive. Looking to throw. Mosley. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taking it about the 16. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. A look now at the Oakland offense.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that Mike Pouncey's one of the best centers in the league. And to me, he helped usher in that new wave of centers. Agile, able to get to the 2nd level and block people downfield, able to pull like a guard and get out in front of ball carriers, and pass protects really well, helps keep his quarterbacks clean.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Catch made, it's Moreau. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Carr to throw. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, Mosley. This is Coleman with the ground. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders. Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic freak. Now he's trying to add consistency to his game. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Cost him 15. And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 15.
To throw on 2nd down. Mosley. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll wind up with 7 on the dump-off, but it'll set up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Mosley. That's complete to Jake Butt. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down. Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in. And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball. Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done. One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover. Big thanks to the defense. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable. Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on it. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Mosley. Cleveland Farrell, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Second and long. And this is caught at the 8. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Mosley under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Maurice Hurst drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. The kick by Marr is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Packers defense, they ready themselves here. And we're going to get a peek at some of the hits that have helped them get this first half lead.
And you know how the best hits happen?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Mathis. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first. First down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down the 50 right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
They'll run on 1st down. Kemp fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 62 yards. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have staff nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney, his 2nd sack of the night. Looking to throw. Kaufman, and he's going to go down again. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This will be taken at the 10. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. King now. Throwing on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. King. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Throwing to start the drive. Kaufman. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The final shot before break. Kaufman flush to his right. He'll try and run it. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. So we have reached half. Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months. Already we're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation to begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time. Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
On first down, Kaufman. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. 2nd down and inches. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Continues to be a struggle for this offense, and this home crowd, they're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
To throw is King. Throwing to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's King. Going to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Mike, 53. 53, Mike. 3 bucks. 53 to Mike. 53, check 53. Hey, man, watch the boot.
Throwing on 3rd and long. King. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Off the play fake. Kaufman. Touchdown, Packers. C.J. Uzomah there to make the grab. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On 1st down, Coleman. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's Coleman here. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. King on 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now King throwing again on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burns. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first.
Let's go, defense.
King now throwing on 4th down. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now at Lambeau. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th.
Mike, 53, Mike. It's been a long day for you. 53 to Mike, 53. Hey, 53. Here we go, T. Here I come. 53 to Mike, 53. Yeah. Watch the curl. Let's go.
To throw on 3rd down, King. Throw left side complete. It's Burns. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Check 37.
On 4th down, King. Being chased out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I'm coming after you.
They'll keep it on the ground. Kemp, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Kaufman. And that is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Looking to throw. King. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a dump off here complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. From the gun on 3rd down. Kaufman nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pulled in at the 24. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. I got you, punk. 53.
To throw is King. From the gun, he'll throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He'll look to throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some truth.
Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Regular season partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
They'll run on 1st down. Kemp. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Raiders now down by 8. At time, a huge factor. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them because of the incompletion. A very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's King throwing on 4th down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ricky, hold on. Mike, 53. 50. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. King throwing again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. King. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching
Fellas, we're not done yet. We still got more practice to go. We've had a good week so far. Let's make sure we finish the same way. Sunday's opponent is a tough one.
Down! Blue 80! Down! 180! Where's it? Hot! Down! 180! That's hot! Hey, here we go! Monday, down! 185! Blue 80, that's it! Down! Blue 80! What's it? Down! 180! What's it? Hot! White down! 180! That's it! Down! You're 180! What's it? Hot! Down! Blue 80! What's it? Hot! Down! 180! 180! We're good! 180! That's it! Monday, down! 185! What's up? Down! Blue 80! Where's it? Hot! Down! 180! That's hot!
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field. Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And we are underway from Heinz Field. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mike, you ready? I got you.
First carry for James Conner. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
We got this.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On second down, Conner looking for space. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Well, the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. On second down now, it's Conner. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 23.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like this.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 23-yard run. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch Derek Carr grow as a pro. When he was a rookie, they tried to game plan around him so that he didn't have too much responsibility. Now, I don't think they can heap enough things on his shoulders because they know he can handle them.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. From the gun, it's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Carr now on first down. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Carr completes it. And he'll go down at the 28. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. On second down, Jacobs. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second in inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Carr going to throw. The open man here, Renfrow. Inside the 15, shy of the 10. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, 50 the mic, 50 the mic. Hey,
Throwing now is Carr. Finding Knox there, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, it's Jacobs. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there at 22. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Wilson. Now a short one to Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's Conner. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. On 2nd and 9, Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, Wilson under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 and what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. On 3rd down, Wilson. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now it'll be 4th and short.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some...
The football cut. Now Brown, oh, he lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is!
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra.
And this is caught inside the 5. A big play that time for the Raiders. And even 50 yards. Here's Jacobs. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in as they are now on the board here in the first half. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Wilson. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Wilson on 3rd down. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ballgame. Wilson. Now a short one to Gesicki. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That's what I do.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Now Carr. Looking left sideline, it's complete. A Raider first down, 17 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Carr now on 1st down. Rolling to his left. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Check 55, Mike.
Throwing again. Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in 2. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now King, operating from the gun. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. On fourth down, King. And this is going to be incomplete. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done, so I think going for it there was the right call.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
90 Wolf. 59. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Ready?
On third down, Boyce. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And running with power here. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. On first down, Lincoln. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
60 outlaw. Brings up 3rd and 8. Hey, here we go. 5.
To throw on third down, Boyce. And that will be incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
They'll try and run with their fullback. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. King now, looking to throw on 2nd down. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a give, right side. Mathis. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Mathis. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes is quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
So now here in the 2nd week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well it...
And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
When he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point...
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Oh, Oh, and can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll run on 1st down. Mathis has some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw is King. To throw again. And his throw is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Looking to throw. King for it, and he will. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Here's King to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. King. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big time pressure.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Stays on his feet. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Boyce. James has got it. Complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Looking to throw. Boyce. Wide open receiver complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Boyce. And he's got his man on the out route. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
2nd and 6. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Back to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. On 4th down, Boyce. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. On first down, Lincoln. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Let's go, get set.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So the Raiders now down on the scoreboard. A little under 30 seconds remaining. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Under 10.
Looking to throw. King. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.